Welcome to the Blade Files.
What's up, guys? Your boys with Cosplay. Back with another intro on the same day in the same room. We're in the same shit. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it look different. It's not really working. I should just do them in a row as we're doing it. Anyway, episode 15 of the cutting edge of NZ Cosplay. Got an interview done with Tony Rahme, aka Tony Mercy, aka Epic, which is an acronym for Extreme Parties in Character. Good guy, interesting views. Not afraid to say what he wants to say. One of my most enjoyable interviews on the cutting edge so far, purely because I like his attitude. He's a very confident character. I don't care if some people think he's overconfident. I dig that, So especially in cosplay, there's not enough confidence in cosplay, if you ask me. So anyway, episode 15 on the cutting edge of NZ Cosplay with my man, your man, Tony Rahme. Check it out. Guys, your boy us with Cosplayer. We're back with the 15th episode of the cutting edge of NZ Cosplay. This time we've got the Sass of Superman, the Batman of Strut, the Brute of Shortland Street, my man, Tony Mercy.
How you doing, man? Good? AKA Tony Rahme.
So, just like always, we can jump straight into it. Yeah. How long have you been cosplaying and how did you get started?
I first started cosplaying around... Wow, how long have I been cosplaying for? For a long time, actually. As in festivals and whatnot, I started in 2012. And the first time we started was in Sydney, Sydney Supernova. And we actually started out, we went to Supernova to promote a web series called LARP, the Cosplay Chronicles. It's a web series, they're still in development, one day will be out. Okay, but it's a great show, by the way. Okay. But and as it was one of my acting gigs, the people involved in production asked, "Hey Tony, can you come in? Since I'm one of the bad guys." And so I had to cosplay as my character, who was this massive brute. Okay, so it was pretty much all LARP intended, but you get into the character, and that's the beauty of cosplay. It just ties so much in with acting. Okay, and because you've got to act the character that you're portraying. You can't just be yourself and dress up as a character. You can, but that's when it gets boring. When you portray the character that you really are, okay, that just actually works out so well for you. It just brings so much more to the table as well.
Yep. So you definitely, when you fully assume the character that you're cosplaying.
Oh, of course, definitely. But that was the first step though. When I had to fully assume the character that I was playing, whose name was Orgat the Harrow. And by becoming that character while I was inside Supernova, everyone was so impressed by it. And even production was like, Tony, you were great. You were advertising was great for that. And then I found that I had a knack for that. And so I kept on doing it. So in 2013 I did that again. And in 2014 I had moved to Auckland. But I need to advertise my business. And that's when I first started in Armageddon in Auckland. And I just did the exact same thing that what I did in Sydney, just as the characters that I was portraying here. So I portrayed Captain America and I portrayed Superman. And I briefly portrayed Casey Jones, but that didn't work out. But when I first portrayed those two, the way that the quality of the costumes, the way that I portrayed the characters were just awesome. And that way we got a lot of advertising done that way, and we were able to connect with a lot of people, and that's how I met. That's how I met you, and that's how I met a lot of other people as well.
Indeed. Yeah. Just quickly, because I've been to a Supernova in Sydney, and I'm not talking shit about New Zealand events for cosplay, but do you think from being in a cosplay environment in Australia, do you think they may be more open-minded than they are over here, or do you think that obviously with cosplay events, there's a huge focus on anime sort of inspired characters. Do you think in Australia they're a bit more open, or it's just the same, it's just a bigger audience?
Well, if there's a positive that I can say about Australia is that there's more people, and because there's more people, there are more different mindsets. It's here the focus can be anime or whatever. I've noticed that when I go to Armageddon, it's mainly either anime, DC or Marvel. Okay, rarely do you break out of those contexts. So, but every now and again you're gonna get someone who does something completely different. And again, it's just the more numbers there are, the more different perspectives you're going to receive. Plus, a plus that Auckland has over Sydney is that Auckland is, like, the people are a lot nicer. Okay? Oh, like, don't get me wrong, you get a few dickheads here as well. But, man, I don't want to drop names, but yeah, you get a few dickheads here. But in Sydney, like, seriously, that would actually size you up. That's so here at least people can, for the most part, can take a joke.
Yeah.
People here can actually, you know, tolerate what you're doing, and they accept that it's all part of the behaviour. In Sydney, yeah, they do, but then because again there's more people, you're more likely to come across a dropkick. Yeah. Wow. And a lot of people think they can just go there and just act like as if it's a nightclub, you know. So like yeah, a lot of people in Sydney, they actually would, like, you know, drink up a little bit and go to Supernova and act like as if they're, like, you know, fully super habibs in the nightclub. It's terrible.
If you do that, you'd get drunk and go to a cosplay event.
Why not? Because a lot of the girls there look great. I'm not going to lie. A lot of the girls there look great, and so a lot of the guys will go there and they'll get. And because there's so many good-looking girls there, dressed up in, you know, I'm not saying they're skimpy clothes, but because they're dressed up in clothes that are kind of revealing, their testosterone levels go up, and so they feel that another guy will come around. It's kind of like a challenge, so then they get all up in the face of it.
It's an interesting take on it.
Oh, trust me,
We've never had.
I've had to experience it firsthand, so it's terrible. It's what you get.
Indeed. What are the main reasons behind you choosing the cosplays that you do?
In Auckland, okay, both in Sydney and in Auckland, the main reason why I do it is all promotion. Okay, I love promoting the characters that we are for whatever reason. In Auckland, I promote them, as you know, for the business. Am I allowed to say that? Yep.
I promote them. Shamelessly plug as much as you want.
I don't know, it's your thing, but okay. I promote them for the business, and the business we have is EPIC. EPIC is an acronym for Extreme Parties in Character. And we specialize in superhero parties. But we mainly do kids parties. No adults. We don't do that. Okay, but I know what I mean. Okay, but yeah. So a lot of the times when I go to these events, especially Armageddon, regardless of where it is, like whether it be in Auckland, Manukau, Hamilton, we would go as a character that instantly kids can connect with, and we'd have great costumes for those characters, and that way, because kids are drawn to them, we can actually take photos with them and promote our business with them. And a lot of other people just want to get into the photos as well, because we make sure all our performers are of quality standard. You know, we're not going to send someone who doesn't look the part in a costume because anyone can look at them and go, no, that guy's not Batman, or that guy's not Captain America. But we can send them out as like Spider-Man or something, and they'll be like, yeah, that guy's Spider-Man.
Definitely, like when you're walking around in character, you are definitely in character.
Well, hey, it's what we do. Like the same with you, mate. Same with you. Hey, you know that.
It's not hard for me to stay in character. I don't say much. Which of the cosplays you've done has been the most challenging for you to pull off?
Green Lantern.
It is. Or is it not a challenge?
Oh, well, look, for the most part, it is a bit of a challenge because all my costumes are of a tight-fitting sort. So, you know, it's physically challenging because you gotta continue to have that posture. You gotta have that heroic stance. Well, even if you're not like so much of a hero, like probably you're cosplaying an anti-hero, you gotta continue this demeanor. Green Lantern was a tough one because I look nothing like Hal Jordan, and I look nothing like definitely don't look like what's his name, the other Green Lantern, John something, the black guy.
Oh,
sorry, the African American guy. But I don't look like those characters, so it's a bit hard to pull off. Plus, the suit was for being continually washed, it went a little bit darker, so it's kind of like Blue Lantern. But
recognisable.
Yeah, it was okay though. It was okay though. It worked out. But so Green Lantern's a tough one. Another hard one, who I continually like to portray though, is Superman. Because Superman has to have that. You got to keep your back straight. You got to keep you got to have this look about you that, you know, I will protect all of you, but I can also destroy all of you. You know, and you got to give off that demeanor, and it's kind of a bit of a you got to stay in this character, and like, you know, you can't really let anyone make you laugh, because if someone makes you laugh, all of a sudden you break character.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get back into character as well. So, like overall, they're not that challenging. Not for me. It's just mainly it's just like maintaining a good figure and just maintaining good posture and being confident. One of which I have no problem being.
Blatantly obvious, 100% of the time. So do you find then, like obviously with the Green Lantern character that you didn't have, like say, you know, he was a black guy or whatever, do you find that portraying or assuming the role trumps having the right body type, the right sort of, you know, the absolute kind of look? If you approach it the right way, are you saying you just pull off any character regardless of how you look?
Look, end of the day, yeah, that is actually very true. That is actually very true. End of the day, if you can pull off the character, and if you can make people feel like, okay, you may not have the body type. I've seen a guy pull off a Spartan from 300, and he had a belly. Okay, now he pulled it off because he portrayed the manner of Leonidas from 300, and mate, that's just gold there. Yeah, that's a guy that not, like, yeah, people can look like and objectively go, oh yeah, well, he's got a gut, but like, you know, then you look into it and like you can actually see how much effort he's put into his costume as well, and like, you know, into his development of the character. And this guy's like full like, Spartans, tonight we dine in hell, and he's like, he's got the voice and everything, and aside from the body type, he's actually pretty cool. And you know what? He actually even comically, he even made a comical reference to his body type. He actually drew on abs over his gut, and it was hilarious. It was hilarious, and so I think that broke the ice with a lot of people. And that's, at the end of the day, all you need to do, just break the ice. Yeah. And look, if you're in a character that people can recognize, generally speaking, that's already done like 75% of the work for you. Yep. Yeah.
So do you think people approach you quite easily, have no problem approaching you because you're in so much of the character?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's fine, especially kids. Yeah. When kids can approach you and people can see how you behave around kids, everyone else thinks, oh, he's a terrible.
Yeah.
Okay? Like if kids were approaching me and I was pushing them away, I mean, you know, like I can be as strong and as fierce as I may portray my characters to be. The moment that a kid comes up, I drop it all down. I'll get down to my knees and, hey guys, how you doing? High five. You want to take a photo? I'll pick him up and put him on my shoulder, and everyone's taking photos, and everyone's like, oh my god, this guy's adorable.
Yeah.
He's even supposed to be a bad guy, but hey, look at him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, again, hashtag brute from Shortman Street. So what have you learned from cosplay?
I learned that a lot of people are generally nice people. You learn that people, like, even if they're artistic, even if they're just like so involved in their character, the moment that they recognize you as one of them, they drop down all their defenses, and they're actually nice people. And like cosplaying in general, just especially the cosplay. So I just came from church. Cosplay community. They're actually very, very nice people, and they're very helpful people, and they are usually willing to help you out regardless. I've had so many times, like especially from my business, where I've been in a where I'm absolutely at my on my last what's the word I'm looking at? My last inch of rope. And I'm just looking for any assistance to be able to help me out with a party. I'll turn to the cosplay community, and they've always been more than willing to help. It's just like I jump, like if I were to jump on Cosplay New Zealand Facebook group, and I just go, guys, I've got this, that. Can anyone help me out? Oh, by the way, you're getting paid as well to do this. It's like everyone just goes, well, I can't do it, but hey, I know someone who can. This guy, or this guy, or this guy, or this guy, or this guy, blah, 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 blah. And everyone, by the end of it, everyone's already come up with that. And it's like, and I've realized that about the cosplay community, that they are generally very nice people. You're gonna get those sorts that, you know, you might rub the wrong way, of course, as everyone does. But for the most part, they're very, very nice people. I can get along with a lot of them. You know, they're freaks like me. I like it.
Definitely. I'm not going to go further into that.
Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with putting a mask on when you're
Don't comment on this interview later on what I am. You're not going to get his number. Put it that way. He's taken yours. So.
Yeah, he's taken. Well, I'm taken. The characters that I portray aren't. That's just wrong. I love you, baby. I'll do that.
This one's definitely going to be a given. Does your love of cosplay spill over into real life, or do you manage to keep the two separate?
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yes, hell yes. Look, there, like, a lot of people look at me and think that I'm a geek in a jock's body, okay? And I love to do that. That's what I love to do. I love to bring my jock form into my geeky nature, okay? And everything about cosplay, I try to put into my actual life. I mean, my entire business, the way that I get my bread and butter for the most part, is literally cosplaying for kids. Okay, we cosplay in front of the kids, and they love our costumes, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, hey, Superman's here, or Batman's here, or Captain America's here, etc., etc." Okay, and yeah, so that's spilling over into this life. I mean, everything that I do is all about the appearance of looking good in cosplay costumes. I mean, my two hobbies are LARP and cosplay. I love those. Right? I love LARPing and I love cosplay. And how do those two spill out into my normal life? I mean, I work out a lot to look good in those, of course, and also for my other line of work, acting, right? But I also work out to be able to endure myself when I'm portraying those characters. I mean, in Manukau Armageddon last year, 2015, I was dressed up as Captain America, and I had one kid, you know, he's like, "No, you're not Captain America." I'm like, "Yes, I am." He's like, "If you can, we'll do a push-up competition." I'm like, "Sweet." I did it right there in front of him. And like, the kid was trying to do push-ups, as many push-ups as I can, but because I train myself to be able to endure so much, so I can portray those characters properly. Okay, the kid was starting to get tired, and so by the end of it, I thought the best way I can make this kid look like he's come out on top as well as I have, is by saying, we're not doing this as a competition anymore. We're doing this together. We have to reach 30. Okay, and so I of course reached 30, and the kid of course reached 30 as well. Push-ups, that is, and like it was like a good moment there. And the way that, why am I bringing that up? Because I'm just saying that, yeah, all this interlinks. Everything that I do, I'm interlinked with cosplay. I mean, my acting also interlinks with cosplay. My LARP interlinks with cosplay. My writing lifestyle interlinks with cosplay. My life in general, I love cosplaying because it's just one of those moments where you can just get out of all the shit and crap that you have to deal with on a daily basis, and just be like, hey, listen, for the next few hours, I don't got to give up about those people. I don't got to care about clients. I don't have to care about petrol. I don't have to care about bills. Right? All I got to care about is looking as damn good as I can while holding this shield, or holding this gun, or putting on this mask, or wearing this cape, or just posing for photos. Okay? And that's what cosplay is to me, and I love that.
Just like that. Pretty much 99.9% all cosplayers just covered it right there. How do your family and friends view your love of cosplay?
Oh dear God.
He's taking some stick, obviously.
Nice comment, nice comment. Okay, well, coming from a Lebanese family, a traditional Lebanese family, you're going to accept some kind of flack. Like, I've noticed in New Zealand, you guys don't have a lot of Lebanese. I mean, if you think Iraqis are bad, wait till you meet Lebanese people. Alright, seriously. Iraqis and Persians are considered passive in comparison. Now, we're like Italians gone bad. Okay?
That's saying something.
That's the best way that I can portray it. Alright? That I can portray Lebanese people. Now, like, you can't, like, originally when I first said that to my family, it's like I was coming out of the closet. Alright? You know, I was like, well, I was like, my mum saw me dressed as Superman. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, Mum, I'm going to work. She's like, what are you doing? People go to work in ties and suits, or if you're a bartender, you go dressed in black shirt. What are you doing? This is Superman. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to make people laugh at you? And I'm like, no, Mum, that's what I do. This is what I do for work, you know. And, you know, then like eventually my mum bought into it, and my sisters saw how much I loved it. Everyone loved it. Yeah, you know, and then slowly your friends start seeing how much you do. And when you come out to your friends as something like that, like I'm a cosplayer, it's like you've come out as like a freak, and someone to know what the hell are you so passionate about this for? But then others will be like, oh my god, wow, you are inspiring me to actually do it because it's so cool. And I remember when I was in Sydney, I actually got so many of my friends into cosplaying as well, because they would just see me doing it. And like at first they'd be like, especially like, look, Lebanese in Sydney. If any of you have watched Underbelly, the Golden Mile, is it? Then I never watched it, but that's kind of, think of that as my mates, okay? Like the whole John Ibrahim, Danny Karen type of guys, alright? And a lot of them would be looking at me like, bro, are you serious? Why are you dressing up like a superhero for? Why are you like this for? Why? And then like, eventually they'd see how much fun I'm having. They'd see the photos of me, and this is when I was single. They'd see how many girls were drawn to it as well. And they'd be like, oh my god, wow, this guy's actually picking up like this. Okay? And so then they'd start getting into it. They'd get into it originally for the girl factor, but then they'd realize how much they loved it. And I've actually converted so many of my friends over to cosplaying in Sydney. And then when I came here into Auckland, I just found that the community was so much more artsy, and I loved it. It was just so great. And like...
And with that new location, because general public people just, you know, every time we try and do an interview, people just get up in your way. So we cut off half of question 6, and there was some really good answers, but we're just going to jump straight into...
I'll try to remember them.
Well, 6 was, how do your family and friends view your love of cosplay?
Okay, like I was saying before, like as I explained before, what my family was like and my friends were like in Sydney, and then after coming to New Zealand, how I found out that everyone was so artsy, and then thankfully what I was saying, like what I was saying today.
I was about to say, I'm loving his memory, because mine's terrible.
I just completely forgot what I was saying. Like I was saying, my girlfriend is thankfully, she loves cosplay like I do, because I introduced her to cosplay and she had never done it before. And now she actually has a love for it as well. And so it's a great thing. It's great to have like a partner that loves it and supports you in what you do, and who actually has a passion in it as well. So yeah, love you, baby.
Do you ever feel unmotivated to make to cosplay?
Yeah, like, yeah. Look, there are times where you would feel unmotivated. Like for me personally, I find my lack of motivation comes from when I don't look the part. And when I feel I don't look the part, especially like, I know this is probably not for some people, I know this is like for me personally, when I feel that I'm like overweight or looking flabby in a costume, because all my costumes are like, they're skin tight. And any costume that I find that's just looking bad on me, I actually feel unmotivated. Because me, I work hard to look like the characters and to suit the character, not just in the costume but outside of the costume as well. But and when I can't do that, I feel like, what am I doing? I'm bringing dishonor to the character. I'm bringing dishonor to myself. All right, you got to understand that coming from growing up the way that I was growing up. All right, I try to work a lot on my body so people won't give a reason to tease me about it. But yeah, that's probably the only time that I ever feel unmotivated. But usually you just get over it and say, come on, no one's gonna care.
There you go. Stop crying and just do it.
Exactly. You need cheat weeks. Sometimes you just need like a cheat 6 months. You know, like where you just don't train for like 6 months and just say to hell with it. Right? And then you put on the Superman costume and you're like, hey, Superman's got blah, blah, blah. Right? But no worries, it's all good. Work it. Work it.
Is there a style or genre of cosplay that you prefer, or you're pretty much broad interest?
Look, I love superheroes. I've always had a passion for superheroes. You know, you give me any superhero and I will work that. I will work it. I love superheroes. And like, especially now that superheroes are becoming so much more popular, with like all the movies coming out like from DC and Marvel, and even from Nickelodeon, and even Saba Entertainment's releasing some new Power Ranger movies as well. So all those type of superheroes, or meta-humans, call them what you will, okay, you know, those type of characters, they're like, everyone can instantly recognize them, and I love portraying them. Especially with my body figure. My body, it's like, you know, a lot of people will look at the body and go, oh wow, that's an impressive body, but man, I'm telling you, try buying a suit for it. It's terrible. Alright? It's terrible. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. You got to get suits like 3 times your waist, okay, just so they can fit over your shoulders. And people are like, oh, that's still good. No, it's terrible, okay, because I'm wearing pants that are like clown pants. How long are you wearing a jacket for at a wedding? Like what? Like 10 minutes? Then what? Then you look like a freaking clown for the rest of the evening. But yeah. So that's why. But like when I'm wearing like a superhero costume, you know, that's where it fits in perfectly. You know, you can see the tightness of the suit along the body, and because my figure is like the V, a lot of people are like, oh wow, that is so cool. You actually can fit most of those characters. Unless I get into a Spider-Man costume, then they're like, what the hell is Spidey doing at the gym? Right? Yeah. Don't really sit well in a Spider-Man costume. Or an Ant-Man. I tried Ant-Man the other day. Ant-Man looked like he jacked up on words.
I didn't want to say, but that's what I was going to say.
So, hey, Ant-Man, what are you doing? Nothing, man. Going training.
Yeah. For anyone that's sort of viewed that a little bit differently, if you're jacking up, that's where you do it.
Yeah. Not that I know. I don't do that. No. What was that? Aesthetics? Yeah, that's that one.
Yeah.
My English is not good.
Let's just cut straight to the next question before we get ourselves into trouble. What is your favourite cosplay that you've seen, we've done, as well as your favourite or most inspiring cosplayers? And it's usually a pause. They usually pause along here.
Okay, the most amazing cosplays that I've seen. Oh god, like anyone that actually puts the effort in to make their costumes, that to me is amazing. Seriously, anyone that would actually put in that much time and commitment into their costumes, that is really awesome. And like, look, when you put in time and commitment in the costume, it's not just the costume itself; it's also the body that you have to also work, so you can wear those and actually seriously look the part of it. Like I've seen guys that you know, they like jack themselves up like roids wise, but they like, you know, they work out and everything for their cosplay coming up soon, so they can like wear a costume and have like a nice set of abs with that stuff. Or guys like, I remember I saw a guy in Sydney doing Broly, and he wasn't as big as Broly, but he was pretty impressive by it. I know this guy. He was working out for like, I think, a good year. For a good year, just jacking up so he can pull off Broly just for that. Well, I don't think it was just for that, but you know, for other reasons. And like he actually made the pants for Broly. He actually made the jewelry for Broly. If no one knows what the hell I'm talking about, it's Dragon Ball Z Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. Just in case you
don't know, now you do.
Yeah, if you don't know, go play in traffic. Alright, how dare you not know about Dragon Ball Z? Okay. And one of the most inspiring cosplayers, I don't know like any of the main, you know, cosplayers. You know, like I said, I see them on Instagram, I see them on Facebook. But I've seen a lot of inspiring cosplayers, and the ones that inspire me the most are the ones that they have physical deformities or physical disabilities, or any type of disability really, and they still get over it to cosplay. I mean, like just recently, our mutual friend Raymond, yeah, that guy. I forgot his last name. I'm so used to calling him Rayman. Yeah, he, like, you know, he's lost his leg, and just at just a few weeks ago at Armageddon, he came as Red Skull in the wheelchair, and that was just so cool. He still came there. I've seen other guys, you know, they're in wheelchairs, and I remember I saw a guy in Sydney. He came as Professor Xavier. You know, he didn't care. He just did it. He came, and he had like this little small get up of the oh my god, I forgot what the name of it. What's that system they use in X-Men? Yeah, Cerebro. Yeah, he had a little small get up of Cerebro just around him, and he had that, and he had the cap and everything. And I just thought that was so great. See other people, you know, doing getting on like walkers or whatever, and like, you know, they're cosplaying those things from Star Wars, the walkers from Star Wars. Yeah. I've just seen that, and I think that is just so cool, because they're using, look, they've gotten over their disabilities, and they're actually just saying, stuff it, I don't care, I am still going to go for it. And they go and they have fun. Like me, if I was in that type of situation, I think, I think to myself, I don't know how I'd get over it.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm not, but you know, then I look at these people and that's inspiring. That's inspiring.
Love that answer.
Thank you.
Speaking of which, how do you view the NZ cosplay community in general?
Do I have to answer that question? Look.
Without specifics.
Without specifics. Look, like, as nice as they all are, as nice as a lot of them are, as I've already mentioned earlier, like they're just so much nicer than a lot of the people in Sydney. There's a little bit of a cult mentality. You know, it's either you're exactly like us or we don't know. And that's just not in just certain ways. It's like in a lot of ways, like, you know, socially, politically, theologically. I've noticed that there are like some people like that, and I tend to stay away from them. But for the most part, they are very open. And when I say open, I don't mean open as in, yeah, I'm open-minded about everything that you say, I'm against it. They're open-minded as in they can accept you for who you are, despite of what they deem as faults. And they'll be like, hey, you know what, alright, fine, you can be this type of guy, and me and you may not agree theologically, you may vote for this party politically, and I hate that party politically, and you know, you might hang out with this group, and I hang out with that group, and we're like, you know, and we're at each other's throats socially, but you know what, you're a cosplayer. Respect. Alright? That's what I found out, like 75% of them, but 25% of them who unfortunately make up the cosplay NZ community. Yeah, they got that cult mentality. And if they don't like you, they don't like you. Yeah.
There you go. This is why I asked, because, you know,
that's why I said I didn't really want to answer it, but it's out there now.
Yeah. You don't like hearing it, so what? On to Armageddon Experiences. What was your first Armageddon, as well as, and what did you wear, as well as your favourite Armageddon so far?
Okay. My first Armageddon was the one in 2014. Not Manukau, Auckland, 2014. That was the first time I ever went to Armageddon in New Zealand, because it was the first year that I had actually moved to New Zealand. And the first thing that I ever wore there, me and my girlfriend went there. I came as Casey Jones from the 1980s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. And she came as April O'Neil from the cartoons, like dressed in that yellow spandex from the cartoons. No one knew who the hell we were. No one. Not one. Well, probably like one or two people knew who we were. And for the most part, it was just like embarrassing. Because I wore exactly like what Casey Jones would wear. Like, you know, the singlet, the trackies, the shoes. I had like the golf bag full of like weapons, like, you know, like plums, like not plums, like plumbing materials, baseball bats, cricket bats. You know, I had the hockey stick and everything. You know, I had like the bandages around the hand. You know, and like I had like the wig that went down to here. I really looked the part of it. I even got that mask from Thailand, specifically from Thailand for that role. And probably only 2 people recognized me. And I was like, oh hey, yeah, you're that guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, cool costume. And then walk away. Well, fuck you then, punk. Right? You know, like, but that's about it, you know. I had one girl, like I told you earlier, I had that one girl. She actually took a photo of me, and I saw it up on Instagram, and she didn't even tag Casey Jones. She just tagged my bae, B-A-E. I'm not Casey Jones. I am bae, apparently. Her bae too. So it's all my girlfriend. But yeah. So that was a big mistake. But my favorite Armageddon so far, I can't really pick one. I can't say which one has been, because every one of them has been fun. I always have fun no matter where I go. Like when I went to Hamilton, even though I was only there for like one day, I still had fun there. Even though it was a lot smaller than the one in Auckland, I still had fun there. The one in Manukau as well, I went there both days. But that, like the one in Manukau 2016, first one, and not that many people, but I still had fun. But the ones that are always in Auckland, you always have the most fun because a lot of people are there. I still haven't tried Wellington though. I still haven't tried Christchurch. So at this point in time, probably the best one that I've had, I would have to say was 2014. Was Monday 2014, Manukau Armageddon. Not Manukau, Auckland Armageddon. And that was when I came as Superman and my girlfriend came as Spider-Girl, and people just went absolutely nuts. People went ballistic. They just loved it. Like, yeah, the Superman costume was just great, and my girlfriend looked hot as Spider-Girl, right? And you know, like I draw the girls, she draw the guys, you know, and kids wanted photos with both of us, and it was like I intentionally went there for promotional work for my business, but you know, it just became so much more than that. It just became like everyone was like, oh my god, these guys are so cool, you know, and like because we both looked the part very well. But yeah, that's so far to date, that has been my favourite, despite having fun at all of it.
Best and worst experiences at a get-up. And like worst, not, you know, someone peed on your shoe, or, you know, have you maybe seen things at an Armageddon that you didn't like?
Best experience at Armageddon, I'll get the worst one out of the way. Worst experience at Armageddon was, God, I think the one in Manukau. Had a guy have a total meltdown at me, like a completely meltdown, complete and utter meltdown. I think he got the wrong idea, because look, when I'm cosplaying and I'm at Armageddon and whatnot, I'm generally very not up in your face, but you know, I muck around a lot. And one of the guys took it the wrong way, and he just completely had a meltdown. And for a moment there, I thought, look, I can punch you right in the face right now, but no. I could have punched him in the face and no one would have said anything. But, well, cops would have said something about it.
Yeah, a team of them.
Yeah, but I thought to myself, no, look, this guy clearly, look, man, you got to remember, like, look, as an actor, I should have known this. As an actor, I deal with a lot of artsy people, and a lot of artsy people are very, very overprotective of their property, especially their creative property. And look, okay, is that gonna bug us the whole time? Yeah. Okay. So as a like I understand that people are gonna be very protective of their creative property, and this guy, like, look, I'm not gonna lie, he wasn't a big fan of the fact that I had played with his helmet, like, while I was on his head. He must have thought I was trying to annoy him. Then when I did it to his mate, he completely he went absolutely ballistic. And I just thought to myself, okay, fine, just leave the situation and just go. I apologized to his friend, I apologized to him, but I kind of let him know in a very nice way, buddy, get over it. Alright? Yeah, turn it down. Alright? Turn it down. So, I'm not here trying to fucking, you know, excuse me, I'm not here trying to, like, you know, kill you or piss you off. I'm just here doing my thing.
Yeah.
Alright? Being character. Best moment at Armageddon. So now, just to lift up the energy from that sales story, best moment at Armageddon was just, it's every Armageddon. You always see how kids react when they see you. Alright? And because my costumes are of not like, you know, homemade quality, they actually look really cool. And because I, you know, if you guys don't mind me saying so myself, I actually look the part of the characters that I usually portray. Okay, and kids recognize the characters and they go absolutely nuts. They're like, hi Superman, hi Batman, hi Captain America, hi everything. And look, I love seeing that in kids. It's just so cool because kids actually look at you and they have like this gleam in their eye and they just think, oh my god, I'm actually in the presence of this guy who I've seen on TV and in the cartoons, and he's just so cool. And you see a lot of them, they're kind of shy, they don't want to take a photo with you, but then you're like, alright, do you mind if I take a photo with you? They're like, yeah, okay, you can take a photo with me. I don't want to take a photo with you, but you can take a photo with me. Okay, and you know, you can go to that and it's just so cool. I love doing that.
Definitely. What advice would you offer to anyone interested in trying out cosplay for the first time?
Look in the mirror and just keep telling yourself, you're awesome. Seriously. Look in the mirror and just keep telling yourself, you're awesome, until you get enough confidence to be able to cosplay yourself. Alright? Because once you can cosplay yourself, alright, then you can start adding all the other crap on you. Alright? And once you can add all the other stuff on you, alright, then you can go out there and actually be whichever character you want. But everyone will know that that character is your portrayal of said character. Every character I do is my portrayal of the character. So Captain America is like my portrayal of Captain America. Yeah, we can see him as, you know, as we see him in the movies, but I don't look like him in the movies. I don't have blonde hair. So I portray him as I portray him. Captain America has a beauty dot here. Same with Superman. Okay? Same with, like, I'm like Henry Cavill, but
I do what I can with Superman. I portray Superman the way that I portray him, and that's because I can portray myself with confidence. And then I can add everything else that I feel that character deserves. And that's probably the best advice I can give to anybody. Not just in cosplaying, but in just like in life in general. But yeah, in cosplaying especially, because if you can have the confidence to cosplay, you can have the competence and confidence to do whatever the hell you want to do. Really. Seriously. Especially in front of people. I don't know how people are afraid of public speaking but can still cosplay.
He's able to dig me. I like, that's actually one of my favourite answers.
Thank you.
For this whole series, actually. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, what are we going to see from Tony Rahme this year? If it's not secret. And if it is, you heard about it here first.
You heard about it here first. Well, what are you going to see from me? Look, in my line of work, I can't say, oh, this is coming up and this is coming up. I can't, because one, either secrecy, or two, I don't know about it. Especially as an actor, you can't like, it's not like I have regular work coming in at me every now and again. I'm technically still what they would call a startup actor. So, yeah, all I will try to do is just keep my head to the ground and keep digging my nails in, you know, trying to get what I need to, trying to get to where I need to get to. But for the things that I do have control over, like, what are the things that you will be seeing from me? I don't know, you'll be seeing a lot more cosplay, you'll be seeing a lot more costumes from Epic, Extreme Parties and Character.
Boom.
Bang. Just plugged it again. But I don't know, did it make it in this round or did it make it in the last round?
No, we got it in the intro of the last one.
So yeah, I'll be getting a lot more characters for that. We are expanding. We are getting business contracts with other companies as well, which is always fun. So it's great to see a business that you made because out of a love of cosplay is actually not only one making money but two getting business deals. So yeah, that's actually a really good thing that I love. And that's another thing. I don't know. I'm finishing a script. My novel's being edited as we speak, and I will publish that properly, not just on Kindle, but properly. And probably you might see me cosplay the main character at an event while I'm promoting the novel at a Armageddon. That could be one. That could be one. I don't know.
Look out for that.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. What about you? What are we going to see from you?
Oh, you know you're going to see Blade.
No, definitely.
Fourth version.
Fourth version?
That's all I'm saying for now.
Blade, or maybe shall see Cyberblade. I think Cyberblade.
Sounds good. Maybe when I get a bit more experience, we'll attempt that.
It's like a cross between Cyborg and Blade.
I'm hearing that all the time.
Even though Cyborg's DC. That's terrible. Okay, Iron Man and Blade. Iron Blade.
Oh God. Peter Benassi hearing this?
Okay, no. Hey, anybody hearing this, that is technically deemed as my intellectual property, and he is the only one allowed to do it. None of you are allowed to do it. I'll kick your asses. In a Superman costume. I will make that red boot have a brown tip, and you know what from.
That just sounds excruciating.
Yeah, exactly. They should know if they try to do Iron Blade before you do.
Yeah. Well, that's us, guys. That's the 15th episode of The Cutting Edge of NZ Cosplay with our man, Tony Rahme. Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it. And you guys look awesome. Thank you.
We're out.